What's going on, guys? It's your boy Grandpa Wilson. Today is the part 2 of how to create special effects using plugins in Photoshop. If you haven't watched the part 1, kindly check this video description or check the link above. All these plugins will be uploaded on my Telegram group, so if you're not part of my Telegram group, kindly check the link in the description and just join and get every plugins you need over there. So without wasting your time, guys, let's get started. So the first effect we'll be creating is adding sun rays to images. So this is a stock image. We have our sun over here. We have a reflection, but let's add just a touch of rays to make it look awesome. So as usual, duplicate your image, convert it to the smart filter, adjust it, then I'll go to filter, then I'll go to digital film tools, then I'll go to rays. So for the first time, you're gonna be seeing the default rays over here. We don't like this, so I'll just reduce the opacity of the rays. Then I'll go to my picker and choose, let me zoom in just a touch. So I'll choose my picker, then I'll choose the color just over here, then I'll go and adjust it, and then I increase the opacity of the rays. So we go to our shimmer, then we'll go to amount, then we'll just drag the amount over here. Then we move the icon just to where the sun is. Then we reduce the brightness just a little bit. Then we increase our threshold. Then we add a little bit of face just to give it that nice looking effect. Then we increase the brightness just a touch. Then the length of the rays, we're gonna reduce it just a little bit. If this seems cool to you, you just hit on done. If you still want to adjust the settings, you can go on and do that, but this is just a quick tutorial, so I'll not be wasting much time on it. So I'll just click on done and look at the magic. So this is how to add rays. We worked in a smart filter, so we can anytime go back and adjust. And since it's a layer mask, we just select our brush, select a black color, then we'll just paint away portions we don't like. So let's check the before and after and see the difference. So this is before and this is after. This is before and this is after. So this is the quick way of adding rays to your images. And this another effect, this is the second effect we'll be adding, or the special effect we'll be adding to our image. And this effect is adding lightning to our image. This effect is good when you're doing your manipulation works, you're doing your digital art and all those stuff. Don't forget. So as always, just duplicate your image. I have it over here, I've duplicated it. Now just go to filter, then I'm going to Boris FX, then I'll go to optics. So we're in Boris FX right now, so this is the effect we'll be using. Now go to render, then go to S-Zap. So this is the S-Zap. We have all this option over here we can use. We can manipulate this. So if you go to our parameters, we have a whole lot of option over here. We can increase the bold. This is how it is. We can add a whole lot of motion. So you can add this effect to it. You can also add some branches. So this is the branches. You can add the branches. You can also change the glow. Since Hawk is green, let's go for green, and we'll have this cool effect. There's a whole lot. You can increase the glow brightness, So this is the glow brightness. So this is a whole lot of settings you can do just to add a whole lot of different effects to this image. So you guys can play around the settings to make sure everything is okay for you the way you like it. Right now I'm going to hit on OK or done, and right now I have this cool effect on our image. Create a layer mask, select your brush and clean away any part you don't really like. So I can just clean away. Let me increase the opacity and just clean over this. So this is not a perfect stuff I did, so I'm just showing you guys what you can do with these plugins. So on your own, try and just adjust the settings to make it look awesome. Also, we're going to be adding some light beams to our image, and let's see how this also comes out. So this is a manipulation work I did. I have a video on this on my channel, so if you haven't watched this video, kindly check this video description. I have the video over there. Now I'll go to filter option over here, then I'll just go to burst effects, then optics. So I know optics right now. So right now the option that we'll be using is we'll go to render again, then this time around we'll go to laser beam. Looking here, we have a whole lot of preset over there. I'm not going to touch on it. I'm just going to select one preset, then we'll work on it. So if you guys have this plugin, you guys can experiment on this to see the one which suits you. So right now I'll be using this one called Dark Lord. Then we go to the parameters option, then we have an option called combine. That's where you can change the blending mode. So here we'll change it to screen and we'll have it on our image. So now we also have this option over here, these two options here. You can adjust it to any place we want it. So now let's drag this over here. Let's also drag this down here. So let's add this beam, like this beam popping out from the eye of the skull. You can also change the color over here. If you come to the parameter option here, you can change the core color. So this, I'm going to take this cool color over here, then I'll change the down here to green. So this is how you can add some beams to your edit, your manipulation works, your digital art, or any type of graphics works you're doing. If you want to add this cool effect, you can send the work into this plugin, then you do the necessary adjustment. So guys, just try your hands on this parameter. So let's click on OK to accept the changes. So using a plugin, we're able to achieve these two effects right now. So now let's move on to the next effect we'll be creating. Giving a shout out to some digital artists who I come across their work on Instagram or any platform. So today, an artist I'll be giving a shout out to is artist we have today is my very good friend. I am Tripsy. He's from Ghana. His name is Derek Bruno Papu. He's a digital artist. He normally creates space art. He's also a creative director. He also have a whole lot of art on Redbubble, and he does space art, and he have awesome arts to display. Now let's go through some of his art. I'll be linking his YouTube and his Instagram handle link in this video description. So look at some of the art he creates on Instagram. Very nice concept. This, he just posted this recently, and this art is just awesome. He does space art, very nice art. Trying to give shout out to some of these artists, because creating art is not that easy. So people like this, just have to give them shout out. So if you want to have your work featured on my video, kindly check my Telegram group. So thanks for staying here, and let's continue with this tutorial. Okay, so this is the third effect we'll be creating, and this is just a simple one, how to create fur in Photoshop using a plugin. So let's type something. So okay, we'll just type this word here, good. Then I'm going to convert it to a smart filter. So go to option, then go to convert to smart filter. Now let's go to filter, and let's go to exposure software. Let's go to iCandy7. So right now in iCandy7, let's go to this option over here called effect. Now we have the option called animal fur. This is where we're going to create the fur. So right now this is the option we have here. If you go to the factory settings, let me maximize this. So we have a whole lot of settings preset over here. We have the short, smooth, we have the cheetah. Let's go for the giraffe. So you're going to see this. So we have options over here. We have the pattern, we have the hairs, we have the hair length. Let's go to the length, just touch. Let's go to the wavelength. So guys, just play around the setting over here, then we can change the direction. Any direction we want, we can change the direction. So okay guys, so this is just a quick way of creating fur in Photoshop. So just hit on OK. So guys, so this is just a quick way of creating fur in Photoshop just using plugins. You can use this in your edit, you can use it any manipulation works you want to do. If you need fur to add into your edit, you can just use this plugin to generate fur. You can generate fur, you can change the color, you can change any settings you want and just apply it. You're going to create fur, just very simple. So we're going to move on to our next effect. So another effect to be using plugins in Photoshop is adding walls to backgrounds. So now we have an option here. Let's just duplicate this layer, then we'll go to filter, then we'll go to the same plugin in exposure iCandy7. So in iCandy right now, let's go to effect option and then let's go to break walls. So we have a whole lot of settings over here. We have the bathroom tiles, we have the cyan, the green, the random pink, the gray. So let's choose an option here. So I'll go for this, then I have a whole lot of settings here. I can go to the break height, I can reduce the break height. So I'll reduce the break height, and I'll go to aspect ratio. Look at the difference, the aspect ratio. Now let's go to option over here. You have the Dutch, you have the common, you have a whole lot of settings. You can change the color. Let me go for this cool. Let's just maintain the color over here. So let me just go for the cool color over here. Of the color variations, let's just increase the color variations. Surface details, say whole, or go to texture offset, horizontal offset, you have the vertical. So just play around the settings and just hit on OK. So okay, we just have our wall created just in Photoshop using some plugins. So since we're using a layer mask, let's just wipe out portions we don't want. So then choose my brush, increase the size. So this you can take your time and just refine it. Try experimenting on these plugins and it's gonna help you big time. So going to the last effect we'll be doing. So this is an image of Batman over here. So now let's go send this image into Boris FX. And let's go to filter, let's go to Boris FX, let's go to optics. Okay, so we're in Boris FX and the effect we're going to be using is the grungy effect, and this preset is going to help us create nice cracks and other layers on this image. So now let's create a new layer. Now let's go to render, then we'll go to grunge. So if you select this, it's going to give you a whole lot of presets here, so you can find a whole lot of presets. So what we'll be going for is the scratch. So if you select the scratch, look at the kind of effects it applied on this image. And let's go to the parameters. Now I'm going to change it from scratch to pavement cracks. So you can see it gave you all these cracks. You can modify this. So now let's go to the density of the stamp and let's just increase it just. So look at how it's giving you this cool effect. So this effect, you can use it if you are creating your manipulation, your any concept art or any type of digital art, and you need this type of damage building. You can use this type of effect on your image. So after applying this effect, you guys know it's gonna apply to every part of the image. So if you go back to Photoshop, you can just create a layer mask and just clean away parts you don't want. So this is just color. Let's try and change the color over here. So I'll just go for something very dark. So you can see there's a whole lot of changes applied to this image. So if you are done, you just click on OK. So okay, right now we're back in Photoshop, and this effect applied to every part of this image. You don't want that, so we just have our layer mask. Let's just invert this layer mask and just paint portions where we need this effect to be applied. So let's go to option, let's go to invert, and let's select our layer mask, select our brush, then we'll just paint over. So thank you guys for staying here to watch this video. If you haven't watched the part 1 of this video, I'll be leaving the link in this video description. Make sure you also check out my Telegram group. You also join that group because every content over there will be posted there. Every stuff, any free stuff I get for Photoshop, I'll be uploading it over there. So you guys, make sure you join my Telegram group. If you're also new here to this channel, kindly subscribe to my channel, kindly give me a like, and I'll be very happy. Guys, I'll be seeing you in my next video. Stay safe and take very good care of yourself. Peace.